All right, last night we got done with our bullet seating depth and our final load tuning at 300 yards. And I was gonna set the rifle up to, to shoot long range with. And anyway, so I needed a 100 yard zero, and I turned around and I shot a 700 yard zero. And I fooled with my iPod and I got all my clicks to line up. But I took a guess coming from 300 yards down to 100. That's my first shot here. And then I made another scope adjustment, and the other three are right here at 100. And it's nothing to brag about, but you have to bear in mind this is a factory rifle, not glass bedded, action's crooked, factory barrel, all that. But anyway, some people will be interested in what it'd do at 100 yards. I don't have my tape measure on me, but this is probably a 3/8 or 7/16 group here, but it is a round cluster. It's not strung, horizontally or vertically, really. So, in the long range guns, we're not shooting at 100 yards anyway. So, but anyway, I needed this zero to map out the rest of it, and now we're gonna go ahead and go to 700 yards. And I'll show you what happened there. Anyway, we're here at 700 yards. I have an 18-inch plate here. AR 500 is going to last a long time. These are the first three shots out of the factory Ruger. I got a couple here close together and one here. I don't know if I missed a wind condition or what. But realistically, I can't expect more than about half a minute of angle out of the factory rifle. Anyway, this happens to measure 3.5 inches, so I guess or actually 3 3/8. So actually, we are in that realm. A Sharpie pen, you can see here the group size, and I'm happy with it. I mean, this is something you can hunt with, and it's a gun you can use now. And I like to load tune at 100 or 300 yards for a long range rifle. A lot of times, if you load tune at 100 yards, you won't have a load that's this consistent with there's not a lot of vertical here, and this is 700 yards away from a barbecue. Anyway, I've seen a lot of really good loads at 100 yards that won't perform out here at 7 at all, or even 3. So long range guns, I do my load tuning at 300, and then like a bench gun or varmint rifle, I'm not going to shoot beyond 300. I want to do my load tuning at 100 yards. But anyway, this is it, and it's pretty good for a factory outfit. So anyway, that's where we're at, and maybe I'll glass it if you guys want to see that done or something like that, and maybe we can scrunch it up a little bit. But again, it's not a match grade barrel like my other stuff, and for factory, I feel this is pretty good. I'm going to get a few more zeros to help set up my bullet flight program. That's what it is, bullet flight. So far, I've got a zero at 100, 300, and 700 yards. I just want to catch a few that are in between, and help adjust that speed to where all my clicks are going to line up. I'm running off of the factory advertised BC on the bullet flight program, and all I'm going to do is fudge with my speed one way or the other. So here we are at 600 yards, and we're going to keep working our way towards the target a ways after this shot. Got my hunting outfit here, my shooting bench, works really good. It's not for sale. We'll go ahead and try that. Called for 4.1 mils, so we'll go to 4.1. That should be pretty close. here we go. Oh, smacked it. Can't see exactly where. We'll run up and take a look at it and paint that out, and we'll pick another yardage here. But we're gonna get these zeros in between the 100 and 700 yards, and that'll help map out my bullet flight program. Okay, we went out and checked the target. The sun's right in my eyes. I couldn't see exactly where it hit, but we've got a great hit. This 18 by 18 plate. I gave it a dab too much wind, but my up and down's pretty good. I'm slightly low. Boy, when I first started this project, you know, I had a lot of doubts, you know, about getting this factory rifle. You know, I went to a discount store and I picked this up, and I got a Vortex scope on here. It was about $700, and I thought, well, I'll just load tune it and get it going as good as I can. But really, I'm surprised about it. You know, I felt kind of trailer when I left with this outfit. It doesn't shoot like my custom stuff, but for what it is, I'm just shocked. It's not a white trash rifle after all. I mean, it's really running. I'm going to paint this out, and we're going to check a few more zeros here. Okay, we happen to stop at 457 yards, and I need to bring this down to 2.6 mils. 2.5 and 6. I'll leave 2/10 in it for the wind, and we'll try it at 457 here. Dead center. A little left. I didn't give it. I should have given another click of wind, but my up and down's perfect. So far, everything from 100 out to 700, it's all going right on with my iPod with that bullet flight program. I had to move the speed up and down once I got the 3 base zeros, which was at 100, 300, and 700, and these other ones are filling right in. It's working. So maybe we'll try something further here in a minute. Okay. All right, we decided we're just gonna go ahead and back off a ways. We're at 8:13. I should have the right dope in here. We'll give it a try. It's dead center. Boy, my opinion of this factory rifle, it's changing some. It's not. I'm impressed. I'd hunt large game with it. I'd hunt deer and whatever with this thing. That's 813 yards. We got a 3-mile-an-hour crosswind from 3 o'clock, and it's really working well with the iPod. All right, the last 2 shots we fired. The first one was at 457, and that's this left-hand shot here. And then the final shot that we took this evening was at 813, and it was parked next to it. The bullet flight program is really working. I have not shot this rifle through the chronograph yet, but I will. But I know this is a really good consistent load. It's been shooting great from 100 clear to 813. I don't group with my custom stuff, but for what we're doing, just shooting steel here and painting it out, it's doing great. I mean, you could easily go hunting with this rifle. We'll give you a little update here. I did take this rifle and I shot 1,000 yards with it, and I'm a little under half minute of angle. My flyers make it half minute of angle. It's totally behaving, working good, but I did cheat. last time I cleaned it, I had more copper than I thought I did, and I gave it a little bit more with the Barn CR10, and I still did. So I stopped right then, and I gave it 2 fire lapping rounds, and that really cleaned it up. And it hasn't changed any of my zeros. Everything's dead on. And I use this bullet flight program, and I just use it on a cheap Walmart iPod. It's like an 8 gigabyte iPod, and I'm going to show you on here what we've done to get these zeros to line up and work from 1,000 yards down to 100. But anyway, I haven't glassed it yet, but we did put a couple of fire lapping rounds through it, cleaned it again, and no, we didn't change anything. It just made it a little bit tighter. Just want to behave a little bit more. So anyway, I'll show you on this this iPod, you know, what we're doing with the bullet flight program. Okay, here we are at the iPod. I like to carry that rather than my phone because I may not have phone reception where I'm going to be shooting long range at, but as long as I got battery here, this will work. I've got a whole bunch of guns already entered in here, and I have this one labeled at Factory Creedmoor, so I'm going to roll up here, Factory Creedmoor. And before I enter anything into it, it's going to ask some questions like the muzzle velocity right here. And at first I guessed it at about 28 or 2850, I can't remember. And then 100 yard zero, and sight height 1.8 inches. In other words, from the center of my bore guide inside the action to the center of the scope. And clicks are in mil, so they're 0.36. And bullet mass 140 grains. And the G1 BC is 535. And Sierra puts in like 3 BC, so that automatically entered it in here. This is really a pretty simple program. That's why I like it. Anyway, basically I run off of this factory advertised BC. I don't mess with that. But what I do mess with is the muzzle velocity until my clicks line up. So I get a zero at 100 yards, 300, and 700. It's just handy for me to do at the house, and those zeros are spread out. So when I go to calculate simple button, these are all in 25 yard increments. I'm not going to hit another page, you know, that would be in like 10 yard increments. But last time I was shooting it was 1,000 yards, and now the scope that's on that rifle is in mils rather than MOA, and you can hit a switch on this to get you in mils. And so I came up 9.8 mils, and believe it or not, I was dead on at 100. The only thing I don't like about these programs is they don't do a really good job about the vertical problems you have. Everybody thinks once you have that figured out, you're golden, but you're not. If you have a right to left wind, especially coming, you know, from 4 or 5 o'clock, it's going to lift a shot and also push you to the left. And if you have a headwind from, say, 10, 11 o'clock, it'll move you over even further, and it will sink the shot some. And I don't know if there is a bullet flight program. Well, this is bullet flight, but I don't know if there's a ballistics program that will account for that or not. But what I do is I try to split the difference at 700 yards. You know, I want it to hit about a half minute high at 700 in a certain wind condition. And then another one coming from, say, 10, 11 o'clock, I want it to hit about a half minute low. And I split the difference. So what I do is I fudge with the speed. So I hit modify here, and it says muzzle velocity. Once I get my 1, 3, and 700 yard zeros, and those clicks wrote down, I mess with that speed up and down. I do not care what the chronograph says at all. I mess with the speed up and down until all 3 line up. And like I say, you know, I try to split the difference between tailwind from the right and a headwind from the left. And in this rifle's case, I'm running 2700. Now, I don't know if that's the real speed or not. I'll shoot it to the chronograph, but I guarantee it will not match what I put on here. And this is really a pretty neat program. I can just dial down here whatever I want, like 700 yards. Let's say I've got a 7 mile per hour wind. Bring it down here to 7. Let's say it's coming from, 3 o'clock. Here is the mils I need to come up. Here's the clicks. Here's the mils I need to adjust for the windage. Here's the clicks. And, it's just, it works for me. It's really simple, and that's how I set this iPod up. And believe it or not, if you fudge with that speed back and forth and you use the factory BC and you actually shoot the gun at 3 or 4 yardages and you get them to line up, it'll do great. And so this is what I do on all my rifles right here. So anyway, I hope you get something out of that there. So I hope you had fun watching the shooting portion of the video. And none of this would be possible without the low tuning and the cleaning, and I even fire lapped it, got it running a little bit better yet. And you need some tools to shoot long range, and I don't go anywhere without my iPod, my rangefinder, and my wind meter, especially if I'm not here at home. I plan on doing some more videos. I could do, black powder, cartridge rifles, muzzleloaders, all kinds of stuff, match grade equipment. But I hope this gave you an overview of how this works. And I'll see you next time. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.